What is up, YouTube? That's here. We are back playing more VGC 2023 Regulation C content. We're back with more Patreon team fixing. This amazing team was submitted to our Patreon team fixing by Tycho, and I actually think this is the best team that's ever been submitted on all of the Patreon team fixings I've ever done. For those of you guys that are curious what we're talking about, there's this list right here. It's linked in the comments, but basically you guys can submit your teams on Patreon. I'll do my best to look at every single one. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, gets access to this and all the other stuff on Patreon, so I would highly recommend checking it out if you guys are lost or want feedback on your own teams. But right here, this first post, they went so in depth with everything about their team, the small little calcs and the explanation behind all of their speed tiers and how much damage they dealt against a wide variety of matchups. I fully understand everything about this team just from reading this, and it's so amazing. I love the amount of work they put in here, and I think their team is so good. It focuses on using Glimmora, a shiny Glimmora is one of their favorites, has a really good EV spread. It uses the Toxic Debris to basically force your opponent, after getting poisoned through either a Mortal Spin or the Toxic Debris, to speed up their gameplay. They basically have to win the matchup within 5 or 6 turns, which means they're going to be using less protects and switches, which means they're open to getting dumpstered by Xianpao, Dragonite, or a Dozo combo, Dozo Tatsu combo, or even just like a random Ceruledge. Very good, hyper-aggressive team, forcing your opponent to respect Dozo, punishing with things like Glimmora and Xianpao, and I think this is actually a really cool team. I would highly recommend this rental code to anyone that wants to get to Master Ball. It's very simple and easy to play, and it's even easier to play after you've actually read that full write-up and know all the calcs and the explanation for all the speed tiers. So hopefully we win a bunch of games with this team, but I'm going to tell you right now before we get into it, I don't actually think there's that much I would change. I think all of these Pokemon have the right Terras. I think all of these Pokemon have the right abilities. All of these Pokemon have very good move slots, and they all synergize very well with each other. So this might actually end up being a perfect team for what it needs to do. So we're going to find out after we play a few games, but don't forget to answer the question of the day. Is Dozo still good? I don't know. Like, realistically, Xianpao, Ceruledge, Dragonite are very good. Glimmora is very good on this team, so I don't even know if we're going to bring Dozo today. But let me know if you guys think Dozo is still good, why or why not. And don't forget, also, we're trying to get every single video to 100 likes if we can. So if you're still this far into it and you like the sort of content where I fix other people submitted in teams, think about leaving a like and think about leaving a comment. It could be literally anything. It can be your favorite color. It can be your favorite Pokemon. It can be your favorite flavor of Laffy Taffy. That's the question. That's another question. What's your favorite Laffy Taffy flavor? But without further ado, we're just going to get into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, let's take a look at this. Just standard Armarouge. I think we're starting to see a lot more just people using Armarouge regularly. We're also seeing Dozo Tatsu. The question of the day, is Dozo Tatsu still good? It's good enough for both of us to still use it, right? So I think in this situation, Glimmora is just a really good lead. It's solid against most of those. We can poison out that Dozo and play a little bit longer game and use Glimmora to pressure our opponent's turns. So I think Glimmora is going to be a great lead. I don't hate Ceruledge here, but I don't think it's like really amazing. I think something like Dragonite is probably very good. Dragonite seems to be a solid lead. We can also like Iron Head into that Sylveon, and we have normal Terra on the Dragon in case we want to E-Speed things. We can just go Tailwind if we have to as well. There's nothing really wrong with Dozoing here either. I just don't really like Dozo versus the Armarouge realistically. So I think I would probably go like Xianpao, Ceruledge. So the question of, is Dozo still good? It's not good enough for me to use it this game, but let's see if it's good enough for our opponent to use. And if we beat them because they use Dozo, well, then maybe that will answer the question of the day. I think Dozo's still really good, and I feel like Dozo's kind of like, you got to be this tall to ride team. If their team isn't really made the right way, if it doesn't have like wide guard, it doesn't have good defensive typings or potential Terras, it will just get rolled over by Dozo. But they have the things that would check Dozo, like Yon, Sylveon, good defensive Terras. They have potential for like Masqueradas, we can go for the Flower Tricks and things like that. So they do have the options here. I think that there's nothing wrong with opening up with a Mortal Spin because it would break Sash and speed the game up a lot. So something like Mortal Spin here with like realistically, we don't have to Terra, so I won't, but like, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Flower Tricks should be fine into this slot. We take it as neutral and they don't get KO'd, and that's going to set the hazards. It's what we want. We actually want those hazards up more than anything else that Glimmora would actually get done here. And we're still vested, so I'm not going to lie, we still probably eat yeah, we still probably eat this really, really well. And note that we outspeed that Sylveon for next turn. So let's see what they're actually going to get done here. Survey says... Double poison, Sash is broken. There's a flinch from the Iron Head, bro! Dragonite busted! We're just going to go normal Terra, E-Speed, Sludge Bomb. We wouldn't even have to Sludge Bomb it, do we? Let's think about that. We could technically probably get away with Mortal Spinning again, because it's going to be single target, and it would cover up them switching in something. That'd be really, really cool if we could still get that KO with that Mortal Spin. But let's see. Is there anything that would switch in there? That would be so sick if we could cover that. Power Gem is also a good option. Single target Mortal Spin? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's only 19 Ivies in attack. Gotta have that 31. Yeah, we're just gonna go for the Power Gem then. I'm looking at the Poke Paste. We're gonna get rid of this. E-Speed out Masquerada. Take out the Sylveon. Looks like no switching, so it didn't even matter. But if you were to take a look at the Poke Paste here, you can see Wilmore only has 19 points in attack. So if it had 31, if it would have had 31, I would have clicked that Mortal Spin. Just because being able to like pin something coming in with another poison would have been just game over. Doesn't even matter. They popped the Detect. Detect Sylveon. You don't see that all that often. And we should be able to take out the Masquerada here. Ooh, Masquerada holds. I don't like that. I mean, at least we get double layers of the hazards, but like, I still don't like that. Why did that just live again? That's really weird. Let me just check my phone for a sec. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like actually just crazy. So Masquerada's gonna take out. Sylveon's taken out. And the Dragonite I thought had like a lot of investment. It must just be a really bulky Masquerada. It's 204 Adamant. So Sylveon's gonna get... Sylveon has one turn left. And they have Dozo stuff back there. So I'm gonna bring the Shenpao and just shred up what our opponent's gonna be trying to deal with us. Dondozo! The Gourmet. Alright, so we just shred this thing up, right? It's gonna come out and get poisoned too, so we can play this super, super passive. Nice. Big poison. Toxic. I wonder if it's gonna be, I wonder what kind of Dozo it's gonna be. This is just the best. This is just the play, right? Like, realistically, we can just ignore the Sylveon, right? Or should we just go for Protect? I think there's nothing wrong with Protect. Let the Sylveon either tick out, or they switch to Tatsu, and just let the damage go into the Dozo slot, and then next turn we can just start shredding that Dozo up, bro. Yeah, I think Protect on Shenpao is still a standard good play. Let's see, though. Are they going to go Ghost Terradozo? Are they going to go Steel Terradozo, though? Big Protect. No switch-ins, huh? Okay. You can go for a Yawn into our Dragonite. That Dozo's actually take a lot of damage here. Yeah, because he didn't switch on the Tatsu. There's a quick attack. Not today, buddy. I'm the one that uses priority attacks. I wonder if the Dozo's going to Yawn. EQ. Okay. I see you. I see you with that EQ. Not doing a ton, but, you know, doing enough. Doing enough. And take that big toxic damage. I wonder, it has to be Tatsu here, right? So we can just go with a Sacred Sword plus. I kind of want to click the Outrage, but I'm not. I'm not going to click the Outrage, but I want to. I'll do it against the Tatsu. I think actually Sacred Sword going through the Dozo boost plus this E-Speed should probably get it. I also want to say I'm a huge fan of this exact Mienshao set that they have. I love the Sacred Sword, I love the Ice Spinner, and I like that they have Sucker Punch over something like a Throat Chop, a Taunt, or even like an Ice Shard. I really like the Sucker Punch as an option. It just does a lot of really, really good damage, and it helps Shenpao like check things. Like you can let them get speed control and still check them. But that being said, we're going to Sacred Sword. It's good damage, and E-Speed's really good damage too. We should be able to get the KO here. So E-Speed D's, please. Big damage. I think the Mienshao, we might just get this. Yeah, so that guy's going to take out. He's got the rest. He does have the rest. Good play. Good play. Okay. Hey, this is going to be one of these games then. This is going to be one of these games then, huh? I see you. Rest Dozo with the Chesto. Not bad, though. Hey, that's one of my favorite sets. Yeah, and then it's like obviously like Earthquake, probably Order Up on like Wave Crash. So we can just continually keep up the all-out aggression here. Like, it's basically still a 2-shot. It's a lot of damage. And we're 1 crit away from just absolutely rolling him over. Bending him over here. Wave Crash, take that big recoil. We have that sashes up. And Chien-Pao holds. I love the sash in the set. It's perfect. It's perfect. Such a cool way to play this Pokemon. I kind of want to click Outrage. Sacred Sword can take out from here. Outrage gets redirected into Datsu. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's go. Oh! Oh, that's so cool. You ain't ever gonna see anyone click Outrage. Oh, dude, the perfect counter. Outrage Dragonite to finish it off. That's what we like to see. This team is so good. It's a very, very good looking team. You got the Tusk, you got the Talon, the T-Tar, the Goth Flutter bundle. Very, very solid team. I wonder if they just like saw Team Top Cutter Regional and just took that from Series 2. Very, very solid team. I almost want to say Dozo's good against stuff like this. But also, I don't hate Dragonite. It just sucks that Dragonite's multi-scaled. That being said, I don't dislike Glimmora here. It's probably going to be a booster bundle, so you can usually just get away with going right into that slot. And then we need to bring something to like low-key check Talonflame. So I think I'm going to try the Dragonite with like a hard switch of Chien-Pao and try and just one-shot the Talonflame with a... I'm going to try and one-shot the Talonflame with an E-Speed, and we're going to see if that works. I guess realistically that means that I don't want to lead Glimmora, and I want to lead Ceruledge. Actually, yeah, that's probably just a much better lead. I just don't really like Ceruledge versus this squad. It's just not... It's not what I want. So, I mean, if that's the case, we just lead these guys, right? That's just a better lead then. And then we have the Glimmora in the back to be able to pivot into soak damage. I like that a lot, actually. And you still bring the Ceruledge, but if we're going to be bringing the Ceruledge, we should just leave with it then. All right, it's fine. See, there's so many different cool things this team can do. I can't even find enough good flowcharts. I do think, though, that Dozo is not coming. I guess I'm answering the question of the day. Like, Dozo, maybe Dozo maybe done so. So let's go into this. I want to be able to swap in the Chien-Pao to be able to one-shot that Talonflame. And you may be thinking, I should just lead Chien-Pao, but then I feel it becomes so obvious what you're trying to do when the Chien-Pao's already on the board. I like that little potential chance to be able to pivot in things. And so let's see what happens here. Talonflame Flutter. Yeah, we can just get that thing off the board. And so this board right here also disincentivizes Flutter from just popping off because we have the Ceruledge right here. So I think realistically, I'd like to think that that KOs. But also, we could just swap out the Dragonite for Chien-Pao and Shadow Sneak out the Flutter Mane. That would KO too. But I think stopping the speed control is probably the best that we're going to have here. That being said, do we even have to swap? What's our investment on this Ceruledge here? 212. I don't even know if we have to swap it. I will, though. I will. Oh, this would stop Sash Talon. I don't know if it's Sash. I think this is a good play. This is probably a fine play. I think the Flutter should be protecting, and I wouldn't be surprised to see something like... I mean, they could be Sash... They're Sash on the Flutter. It's just such a weird-looking board state. So we're going to cut the defense of everything. We're going to try and shred this Talonflame out. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten the KO with E-Speed plus Shadow Sneak, but I didn't want to have to take a Shadow Ball on my Ceruledge slot. I'd much rather take that on the Chien-Pao slot. And let's see. It looks like they're not Terastallizing anything. So they could have also Terastallized their Talonflame into Ghost Terror to block this normal attack. But let's see. E-Speed. It's going to go before the Talonflame has a chance to go for Tailwind. Not getting the KO. Very, very bulky Talonflame. There's the Tailwind. That's really, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. And now they got the speed that they need to succeed for the remainder of the match. So what we're going to do is going to be something a little bit different here. They're going to think that they're super fine, and we're just going to go for our own Tailwind back. And a Protect. And then we're going to have advantages in these Tailwind speed control game for the remainder of the matchup. I wanted to see them Terra that turn into like literally anything so I would know if like Ceruledge is a good mon here. But we'll see what they want to do. I wouldn't be surprised to see Wisp in a Dragonite and like a D-Gleam. It's a pretty standard looking play from their side. And we can still Iron Head out that Flutter if we really wanted to next turn. So next turn we can go with like a, attack into the Talonflame slot and like Iron Head the Flutter. We can even double into the Flutter and try and win a speed tie. There's so many other options we still have here. Yes, we've revealed what we're trying to do kind of early, but they're pivoting the Talonflame. They're trying to block it. Maybe T-Tar? Gothitelle. Cool, that works for us. We're not switching at all. Talonflame's pretty garbo here. Is this T-Tar? Like, what's the point here? The double swap into the bundle. They think they're hot stuff out here. They think they're hot stuff. Okay. Cork Drive, we already know that. Do we click Outrage again? They can go fake out like Icy Wind, but I don't know if that gets them what they want. Because like we're going to have Tailwind advantage for a few turns. Let's see. There's not a problem with E-Speed there. And then like realistically, Sacred Sword's a lot. I'm going to go Sucker Punch E-Speed. I'm going to force them to click fake out. You have to fake out the right targets too. Fake out the correct targets. This is going to do a lot. Like, fake out Dragonite Hydro Pump Shenpao is good, but then, like, next turn I get to bring out something that just lets me repin. So, is that the right play, or is it not the right play? Only time will tell. And you have to hit a Hydro. I don't think Freeze Dry is anything hot here. Protect Bundle, good play. They're gonna go for... Are you Trick Rooming? Fake out Protect ain't the shot. I mean, you know I have Sucker Punch. You're scouting for it with that play, so that's good. But still, I still have that same pin. So next turn, they're probably going to swap out for Flutter. And so what I'm going to do is ignore it. And actually, do I want to ignore it? Let me think about this. You got to go for Reeds sometime. I'm going to Iron Head their bundle and Protect. This is good damage against their bundle. It dumpsters their Flutter, and their booster energy is gone. Show me that Sash on the Flutter, or the no Sash. Or how about we Iron Head some of these, please? And let's see what that Goth is doing. You can totally Trick Room. I don't think it really matters. Like, it's all priority. And their O-Code! What item did they have? The world may never know. And now their booster energy's gone. Thunder Wave Shenpao! Oh, on Dragonite, Thunder Wave Dragonite, we got that Lumberry. We are set. They're like, oh, I'm so unlucky. It's like, nah, dude, we had the check the whole time, the Lumberry. This team is just too good. It has answers for literally everything. You can bring out Talonflame. Like, we got Sucker Punches. We got E-Speeds, please. Yeah, we're good. I think we actually just... I'm clicking it. Bro, I clicked it. I clicked it. It's clicked. The Rage Quit, dude! I clicked the Outrage! I clicked that Outrage, and that Rage Quit came in so hot. Yo, we'll take those ones. We're gonna play one more because that was just too fast. It's just too fast. Oh my gosh, that last guy is probably just really salty he missed Thunder Wave, but it's his fault or their fault for swapping out the bundle for the Flutter, man. That was the easiest read of my life. Another Dozo. Is Dozo still good? Someone prove me wrong. I'm not bringing it. I don't think you bring Dozo in this matchup. I don't want to get perished. I don't want to get Dozo'd. I think that we got good tools here. I think Glimmora is a great lead against most of what this team brings to the table. And dude, we can just bring Tatsu and just like pop that Flutter. I think Dragonite's still a very, very good lead. And I don't dislike Shenpao and Ceruledge in the back. There's no Goth here, so we don't have to lead with Ceruledge. And Ceruledge is a great cleanup mon versus Dragonite in the late game. It's a great cleanup mon versus Flutter. It can do things versus Dozo. If Chi-Yu is like a Choice Scarf set, it's a great mon at checking Chi-Yu as well. I guarantee you, like Ceruledge in this team, every one of those mons is like, because especially that Shenpao, the same Shenpao set we're running that uses Sucker Punch, which I think is a good set, gets destroyed by like a well-timed and a well-played Ceruledge. You get as many bulk ups as you want. What are they going to do? Ice Spinner you for like 10 turns in a row? It doesn't do anything. You just get as many bulk ups as you want. So let's see what they're going to do here. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I'm feeling this team. This team is so good. And we haven't even been like forced to even play it correctly. That's the thing. We've been just kind of using it and having an absolutely great time just setting up hazards, playing a little bit passive. I think we're in a good spot here. Like, what are they going to do? Like, what do you do against this? I think we can just Tailwind. And this is the value of the multi-scale here. We can just go Tailwind. And, like, what do they do? Tailwind Mortal Spin is very, very good here. Don't need to change Terras. We can even swap out one of the mons if we wanted to for, like, Ceruledge, probably. But this is fine. And then next turn, Dragonite outspeeds everything and can just be a humongous bully. Tailwind multi-scale Dragonite with all the right coverage. And, like, we still have room. They're going to try and get a flinch here. That's a crit unlucky. Crit unlucky. The Moonblast. Yo, they woke up and showed so much violence, bro. But do you get the flinch on your crit Dark Pulse? And you don't. You get absolutely nothing. I will deny you at every step of the way. So we can go Iron Head. We can go Power Gem. We can go easy peasy. That's also going to be a Scarf Chi-Yu being faster than their Flutter. So they're basically stuck there. And they're basically going to go down unless they Terastallize it. So that works for us. And they're probably thinking they're still okay. I wonder if that's like a Specs Flutter too. I wonder if they woke up and chose the absolute massive amount of violence. All to be denied entry. Iron Head busted. Dunzo right there. We got the single target, no switch, super effective stab Power Gem. They're still faster than me. Hey, what's this thing speed stat? All right, so one thing we might want to take a look at on this Glimmora, right? Oh, that sucks. Is if we take a look at the Glimmora spread here, it goes 107. Outspeeds Pult. Maybe we won't outspeed Chi-Yu if we're actually going to still pack the Power Gem. So that's one thing we might want to take a look at when we go into the team building section. That being said, they're stuck using Dark Pulse. So any of these guys are probably good. I think we can just go Shenpao. They're gonna have to go into the Dragonite eventually. And we can just go Sacred Sword in that slot and be fine. And maybe just like Terastallize the Dragonite and just pop off on something. Dozo. Okay, it's not gonna be poisoned. We've already fought this Dozo matchup. Alright, so let's think about how we want to do this. Sacred Sword would break the, I don't think there's an issue, realistically, just protecting. Our last Mon is another physical attacker. If we protect here... I'm gonna do this. Something's gone. I clicked it. I clicked it. Someone's... Yeah, swap in your Tatsu. See if I care. See if I care about your swap in Tatsu. I'm gonna hit this Dozo. Watch. Watch it. Commander, yep, get your boosts. Here we go. Here we go. Big outrage time. Come on, Dragonite. Come on, do it for me. Protect Shenpao? Yeah. Let's go. I want this outrage. I just want it. Protect Dozo? Oh, no, dude. Sad. I cry every time, bro. Outrage. Unlucky. Alright. So let's see. I think in this situation we still want to go for the Sacred Sword. Our Terra was Ghost if we needed it. And then Dragonite's freed so it can do anything it wants here. Bro, I just want the outrage, man. I don't think that, like... It's such a weird space to be in. I think we're just going to go with this and then bring out the Ceruledge and go Terra. And that's probably the best play. Look how much damage that does against Dozo. That's so much. So much right through those boosts. Man, Dragonite does so much. Order up into that slot should still be fine. We didn't want to waste the Terra on Dragonite. I don't think it's worth it. Because you can then bring out the Ceruledge here. And Ceruledge should low-key be fine. Being able to like solidify what we need to clean up this matchup. Lefties Dozo. I think like Shadow Sneak plus that takes out. Yeah, I think we go Shadow Sneak plus Sacred Sword takes out the Dozo, and then they have Tatsu, but we still have Terra, and then we just go Sacred Sword into the. They can't be double scarfed, right? They can only have one. So yeah, this should be fine. Sacred Sword goes in there. We don't need to do anything weird. Just go for a Shadow Sneak. And the fact that like Shenpao just shreds these defenses, you can go for as many protects as you want. I don't need to weave in bulk ups or anything like that to win this one. I don't think. I think we're gonna be fine. We should still be able to get it. If Dragonite can do that much with just an 80 base power extreme speed, the 40 base power Shadow Sneak boosted by stab to 60 from Ceruledge, which like low-key has a lot of attack investment. It's actually almost as strong as the Dragonite. So it's gonna be doing about 35% with just this. And we already know Shenpao does about, 35, maybe 40% as well. I think that last Sacred Sword was a low roll. We should be able to get the KO on the Dozo. They have to bring out the Chi-Yu, and then we just win from there. We just go protect Shadow Sneak, and we're good, or protect Sacred Sword, and we're good to go. They're gonna try to flinch my Shenpao. I think that's probably their only out. We could even double protect and just let the Toxic start doing a lot of damage. Yep, there it is. Cool beans. So let's see. What is the play on Tatsu? That's the question. We already know this Chi-Yu's super scarfed. So Sacred Sword just dumpsters it. but it does outspeed all of my mons. That's the problemo here. I wonder if they're just gonna lock in like Heat Wave. That being said, there's still nothing wrong with just going after that slot. And I feel like if we just change our Terra on Sarah, which we have to. There's the Terra! They are Terastallizing. Are they gonna go Ghost Terra Chi-Yu? They're Terastallizing Chi-Yu, they're doing it! Into Fire Terra. Okay. So this means they take neutral damage from our Shadow Sneak. And I think this plus Toxic plus the Sacred Sword, like, we're probably gonna get the nearing the KO. They want that big damage. Let's see if they burn our Shenpao. Overheat, bro! Dude, that's crazy. All right, so actually, we don't even have to get that thing off the board. It's stuck using that for the remainder of the game. We don't even have to go after it anymore. We can completely ignore it, and it's gonna have to hit something. Either Shenpao, the Tatsu, myself, like, we could super ignore that guy. Damn, I wanted to leave it. I wish I wasn't poisoned. I could have left it up for literally forever. But let's see. The problem is, like, that Chi-Yu, let's see. I think we're fine versus Tatsu. We can't get our accuracy dropped. The issue is just that we don't really do that much damage to Tatsu here. And so Tatsu fourths Bitter Blade. So, like, I wonder how much damage it's going to take. I wonder if we deal more damage than Tatsu deals. We're definitely going to go for a... See, I feel like if we go for any bulk ups, it could be bad. So let's just go for Shadow Sneak. And I don't think we restore nearly any HP that would warrant us going for Bitter Blade. It's fourth damage. It's like a, what is it? It's like a, it's a 90 base. So like 90 plus stab on 35, cut in half twice. The amount of HP that will restore would be so small. So let's see how much damage this does. It's good damage. Probably more damage than they with Muddy Water. Let's see though. Oh! Alright, so I should be fine. That we're right out of, like, I think we're in 3-shot range for them. And yeah, they did a lot. They did about half. So I think realistically we might have to go for the Bitter Blade. But they outspeed us, right? So that's the thing, is that Tatsu definitely outspeeds us. Alright, we just have to hope they low roll this. Low roll, please, or a miss. Low roll or miss. Survey says miss. Okay, hit. 4 got the low roll, and you can't drop my stats because I have the clear amulet, and we will take those wins. Holy moly, what a crazy game. What a crazy game. You go protect all you want, buddy. Like, we got it. We got Quick Claw back there. That ain't gonna work. Quick Claw only boosts in your priority bracket. We are above your priority bracket, above your pay grade, and we are gonna be taking these all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. That's what we like to see. I bet they're like, oh, I can't believe I didn't get any accuracy drops. And it's like, bro, clear amulet though. So we'll take those. Pretty good set of games. This team's really, really fun. I would highly recommend using this team. We didn't even feature the Dozo because I don't feel like it was actually needed to be featured. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the actual rental code again, take a look at the Pokebase again, go over all of the EVs and all the stats, and see if there's anything at all that I would personally change. That being said, I really like pretty much everything that came pre-packed with this team, and it's definitely worth featuring, so let's go take a look. All right, here's that rental code again. I would highly recommend you guys trying out this team. It's a great example of how to actually play a Shenpao team in the current meta. You want to use the Glimmora to put up those hazards to speed up your opponent's gameplay, make them have to actually try and close the game out before they lose just to poison, which forces them to use less protects, which means things like Shenpao shredding their defenses allows for things like Dragonite and Ceruledge to actually close out games. Very, very, very solid rental. Thank you so much for submitting it. We're actually going to take a look at the official submission post again right here and go right over here. So you can see they were so in-depth. Like, Jeffrey did such a good job on looking up all the little calcs of this team. They talked about upgrades from what they actually used in Series 2. They talked about Glimmora speeding up the game and all of the little EVs involved with Glimmora. They talked about the value of Grass Dozo if you want to go Grass Dozo, as well as the Steel Terra on the Tatsu. To be able to check things like Flutter Mane, Shenpao's super strong, Dragonite multi-scale, so it's bulky enough to get off a Tailwind, which is actually what really helped us in the game where we actually just closed the game out super fast. Lemon's very cool. I feel Outrage is also really fun, and they said, I think Ceruledge is a cool design mon, and I loved his picking up usage. I think Ceruledge is also very, very good. I think realistically, there's not that many things I would think about changing on this team. I think Glimmora, though, should have a little bit more speed. I think realistically, let's see how much speed it would really need to take out that Chi-Yu. So if we were to plug in like a Glimmora here, because that was one of the things that, like, if we have the Power Gem to hit things like Chi-Yu, We probably should try and outspeed it if we can, just to see. So it's probably gonna get Chi-Yu, because realistically, it was very underwhelming not being able to outspeed something like that. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it almost lost us the game. So like a Chi-Yu with like a 252, let's just plug in a timid one, because I think you still have to be timid on Chi-Yu if you're gonna be playing it right with a Scarf. It's gonna get to 250, and then Glimmora at +2 is 212. Now you may be thinking that you don't want to waste that much energy, but like it's really not like that much. It's 156 investment. I think that might actually be too much. So maybe they're right, and I think that you want to be modest. And again, putting that big nature in your modest is the right way to do it. It would probably cost too much, but if you did want to fix anything on there, it'd be like 156 here, and we'd probably just take it out of the HP and go like 100. So you technically could make that work, or you could even go with like a timid set and just make yourself just generally much weaker. I don't know if that's actually worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I like the set that you have before, and we just have to know. I think you just got to know that you're not faster, because I feel like the bulkier Glimmora is actually pivotal for getting up the wares of spikes and making go more of the pivot switch in piece, because if we took all these points out of HP, you wouldn't be able to eat special attacks as well. So I completely agree with it, and I should have probably just been paying more attention. That being said, the Dragonite's also really cool. It doubles speed creeps things that would outspeed most Dragonites. Most Dragonites would just go to 107 to outspeed Pult and Tailwind. This speed creeps those by 2, which is good. Shenpao, we already talked about, has the exact moveset you need. The Cereal has a very, very good moveset as well, with a good EV spread, as well as the Clear Amulet with just enough speed to even speed creep your Dragonite. The only thing that I would... No, this is still correct. The reason also, so like Dragonite and Shenpao, these are really, really good options. You have 109 speed on your Dragonite, 110 speed on your Cereal Edge. And it's really good to have it like this as well, because Cereal Edge is a faster Pokemon than Dragonite. So if they're both acting, and let's say I go for like a Bitter Blade and like an Outrage or an Iron Head, you want to think that I'm using like a full speed Cereal Edge. It gives the illusion that my Cereal Edge is full speed because it's faster than Dragonite, a Pokemon that would normally run speed. So keeping the speed tiers look like they're intact and looking like I'm very aggressive and full of speed makes it so your opponent might want to overcommit into some of these mons, which means they won't pick up the KOs because we are super, super bulky. So very, very good set there. Steel Terra is the correct Terra there. And again, Steel Terra is good here. This is to check things like Flutter Mage. You still have to go full speed on the Tatsu. Dozo has a great EV spread as well. This is a very, very good EV spread. It puts most of the nature boosting on Dozo to work in the right spots. It has just enough speed to work with the yellow speed boosting Tatsu. I don't think I would change anything with this team. I feel that realistically, the only thing maybe worth changing, because like, this is the exact moveset I would run. This is the exact moveset I would run for this team. The Iron Head was absolutely amazing. I don't think it's actually worth changing anything. I think if you were to enter a team like this in the upcoming tournament this weekend, the one that's going to be played for like the official circuit points and everything like that, you'd probably get circuit points for Worlds off this. This is definitely a team that could get you to 16, 1700s. It has good enough matchups versus Trick Room. It has good enough matchups versus all of the Ruin Mons. It has great matchups against other aggressive teams, other Dozo teams. Realistically, I would say this is about 8 to 9 wins out of 10 against pretty much anything on the ladder, and it lets you play the game at your pace. So normally what we would do is go play games on Showdown and see what we would fix, but there's nothing to really change, because I do think that this team, for what it's trying to do with the Glimmora, it does it amazingly. It shouldn't actually change anything. I really like where all of the EVs are, and it's just a really, really solid team. So you know what? I'm gonna play just one more game on cart because this team's super fun. And thank you so much to Jeffrey for submitting it. Like, again, one of the reasons why I'm able to know this much about why I'm not changing anything is because they're so deliberate with absolutely everything. Like, there are exact reasons for everything. So even if I were to change things, it would change things that like they've practiced for that are more valuable than the things I would change. Like, for example, we were talking about changing the Speed Stout and the Glimmora to outspeed Scarf Chi-Yu. It's not worth it because you still need to play Glimmora exactly how it is on this team. So because they were so in-depth, and because I agree with a lot of the changes, or with a lot of the stuff they submitted here, I was able to read this, learn everything about the team, and get a complete understanding of its strengths and weaknesses. And I'm all for it. This team's absolutely amazing. Let's go play one more game. Okay, we see super aggro Shenpao Dragonite, but with Flutter Chi-Yu and then Bundle Amoonguss. Definitely gotta respect that Amoonguss. I would love to get up some poisons here, so they're not gonna let me get up the poisons here, right? That's the thing. They're not gonna just let me get up the poisons here. So we have to think about how we want to get up the poisons here. If we even want to get up the poisons, because even if we get up the poison spikes, the toxic spikes, they could just bring in Amoonguss, so maybe we don't even want to. That being said, what are they going to lead? Dragonite's a great lead here. Dragonite's just a really, really solid lead. Dragonite. I'm gonna be Dragonite Ceruledge with Shenpao and Glimmora in the back. That sounds really strong against this. And I really like it because I feel like we can just double into the Amoonguss, get Amoonguss off the board, and then set our spikes and be really good. Or we can just play super passive, set up a Tailwind, maybe a Bulk Up, and after a Bulk Up, I feel like Ceruledge, if we go Steel Terror, just like wins the game. I feel like Ceruledge, if we get one Bulk Up and can get away with it for full, like we're in a great spot. So being like protect Ceruledge, Iron Head out that Iron Head out the what is it, the Flutter, being a good spot. Cool, this is a good lead for us. Let's see the booster. There's the booster. They're gonna go Freeze Dry, Shadow Ball, right? They're gonna do that. So if that's the case, do I even want to deal with that? Because we can just go like E-Speed into this slot right now, like E-Speed into the bundle, plus just like a Bitter Blade to like double into it, and then like bring out a situation where Shenpao just comes in and cleans it up. This should be a fine play. They shouldn't be swapping, so they're not. I think realistically, they should be expecting the Terra on Dragonite. They definitely should be, and I'm just not. So like you can totally like Icy Wind, it won't lower our speed. And I don't want to set up a Tailwind. I don't think Tailwind's the way we need to win this one, because we have all of our mons, all three of them, the Dragonite, the Ceruledge, and the Shenpao all have priority. Hydro Pump misses. Hydro Pump was the right play in that situation, so good thing for them. Dazzling not going to be doing that much. It just hits the Dragonite. We've got that multi-scale, and we're still in a really, really good spot. We can actually pivot out Dragonite, which they crit against, and we could just bring in the, yeah, this is so good. Get some health back. Easy peasy. So we just clean that up with Shadow Sneak, and they could switch, but then they lose their booster. So what we want to do is just swap in Glimmora, and I kind of want to just go for like a Bulk Up, because if we get this Bulk Up, we're in such a good spot. But we'll go for the Shadow Sneak. We'll keep you honest. For now. The early Riser. This is why I still love this Glimmora set. It's able to soak damage so well, and we save it in the back. See, I'm happy we still went with the Shadow Sneak. Like, we sealed up the bundle to the best of our abilities. They're probably going to go for one more D-Gleam, and it's just not going to get anything done. It's realistically not. I'm not going to be doing anything here. And what's cool about this team, one thing I really do like about it, is it really forces, like hyper forces our opponents to respect Dozo. If they don't bring their Dozo checks, like their Haze users, their Freeze Dry users, their Clear Smog users, they just get washed by Dozo. And the things that carry all those moves get really, really checked by things that are running like Shenpao, Dragonite, Ceruledge, and stuff. There's their Dragonite. So I wonder if they have like Stomping Tantrum or something. I wonder if they have a Sash on that Flutter. I'm going to go Mortal Spin Protect. I don't actually care if you want to go into my Ceruledge slot, but I'd like to see what you're rocking here. Because I would love to break multi-scales. I would love to break Sashes. I'd love to see what you're doing, and then maybe even swap up my Glimmora for my Shenpao and just seal up your Flutter with a Shadow Sneak. That'd be really, really good. That's the pivot out. Cool. Is it Amoonguss here? Survey says Amoonguss. Cool. So that Flutter, if they ever make contact, we'll get poison upon being sent out. Awesome. This is really good for us. I wonder if they went Ground Terra, maybe? No way. No way. Bro. Normal Terra. Alright, cool. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Don't need to throw things away right now. DD. Okay. Alright, so we still have a Sash in the back. And we can come in and go for the Sacred Sword, which is a lot of damage into that guy. And we are sticking a poison right now. Hopefully they're not Lum. I'm not gonna lie, they probably are Lum. I hope they're not though, because like I want that. Oh, what a good player. Oh man, Lum is, that makes things dicey. Okay. I think you have to double into the Amoonguss slot. As much as I don't want to, I think you do. Now let's see if they got the tools. If you got like Stomping Tantrum or Earthquake in there, they could totally go like Protect. They could totally protect Amoonguss, Earthquake. And there's not that much I can do about it. My Protect's on cooldown. I'm really pinned. They have the Outrage too! That Flutter's poison though. That Flutter is poisoned. We're probably going to be getting put to sleep on our Ceruledge slot, which is not amazing for me, but we'll see what happens here. Any crits? No. We needed them to go into Ceruledge with that Outrage. And they're going to be able to stick this. They should know that I'm Clear Amulet. Is it Citrus on the Amoonguss too? Good item. We're going to be able to bring out the Shenpao. This is still getting super dicey though. Spore, good Spore there. We still just want to stay in and try and like wake up over the next 2 turns. I think it's probably just the right play. Because like we can just soak the damage there. And because they locked into Outrage, they're going to get confused eventually. So I think this is a good play. Come with Shenpao, sort of ruin it up. And they already Terastallized. So we could go for Protect here if we wanted. But I think there's nothing wrong with Ice Spinner. And trying to wake up. Let's see, what would be the loss in this exact situation? And that's actually the right play to just Protect. And try and wake up over the next couple turns. If you want to swap in the Flutter, it gets poisoned, right? Yeah, they're going to be protecting their moves. Next turn, they have to take the damage, right? Wow, no Protect. That's crazy. That's crazy! And they went into the Shenpao too. Oof. Oh man, this is getting so crazy out here. They're trying to double up into it. Yeah, that's a good... Hey, they got lucky with that one too. They got lucky. Alright, so we're going to wake up eventually though. And whenever we do, we got those wins up. I think that was a good play. That was a good Protect. That could have went really south for them. I'm surprised they didn't go with the Protect Amoonguss and try and get an Outrage. I think they are freed now from the... They are freed from the Outrage, so they're free to do whatever they want this turn, I think. But that being said, I think we're fine. Yeah, you can Dragon Dance till the cows come home. I think that, like, we have the tools to eventually, like, wake up a Ceruledge. And, like, all it's going to take is one move and we should be fine. So, like, if we wake up a Ceruledge here and hit this move, that's amazing, but I don't think we are. We wake up and hit the move, that's so sick! This is going to be a lot of damage. Yeah, look how much damage that is. That's just an unbelievable amount of damage. And they have extreme speed, so we can't go for like Sucker Punch in that slot. But what we can do is probably go like Shadow Sneak into the Flutter, Protect, and then next turn like we have our Sash up. So we should be good here. They can go Protect Flutter this turn, and then who would they actually target? Are they going to ignore my boy Shenpao? I don't know about that one, Chief. That's just so much damage. The Dragon Dance Outrage Dragonite. Protecting. Not going to be the sauce. We shred that Flutter up with the Shenpao ability. And if it's not sashed, it's gone. And even if it is sashed, it's poisoned. And it is gone. Critical hit. You know we didn't need it, but we take those all the way to the bank. And we're going to take these wins, man. This person had a really cool team. They had a really, really cool, well-made team. But, we just got the skills to pay the bills. Bitterblade busted. Ceruledge Shenpao. CC baby. Got the cruise control for cool. Guys, don't forget to let me know if you guys like these videos. Don't forget to leave a like. We're trying to get to 100 likes in every video, as well as 100 comments. You guys can leave a comment. Just tell me something about your day. Your favorite book you read, your favorite color, what you're going to have for lunch. Just leave a comment. It would really help me out on the channel. And think about actually checking out the Patreon. We have, I think, 7 or 8 teams on this official team submission post. And I'm going to do my very best, record a video every single day, get to every single one of these teams. So if you want help with your teams, even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, I'll do my absolute best to help you. And you can also read these amazing write-ups on how to play these teams from other players that have submitted their teams. So if you want to see a bunch of other players' mental codes that are all amazing, going back years and years and years, all the other articles are up here. I think there's like, I think I probably have realistically like 400 or 500 different teams on Patreon. So think about checking them out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.